So I know it's been a little while since I've posted, and I've got a little story to tell about that. I ride my Trek Powerfly 4 regularly, and I noticed that my back wheel was wobbling back and forth. I didn't take a video of it because I basically just took it to the Trek dealer thinking that, you know, no big deal, they'll just tighten up the bearings and then, you know, I'll come right back. But they said, no, your back wheel's actually bad. And so I said, okay, well, let's just, you know, replace it. So they tried to put another one on, and it ended up being the wrong one. So this Powerfly 4 has what's called a boost frame, which takes a special boost wheel. Back and forth with Trek, trying to find, turns out the right ones are back ordered, and then the original ones are not even available anymore. So I had to upgrade, and Trek actually gave me a sweet deal on some new wheels. Finally got it back and rode on, so I'm going to tell you about these wheels. The Trek ended up taking my original wheel back. They sent it back for under warranty, and they said that what was wrong with it was that I had worn out the pawls inside of it, and that it wasn't just a matter of tightening up the bearings. But these new wheels have more pawls, I guess twice as many pawls, and that makes a difference when you're engaging the pedal. You get more of an instant engagement versus like a little bit of a turn before it engages. That definitely has made a difference, I could tell. Mainly if you're accelerating and you're trying to get up a hill, a lot of times, you know, it just takes a little bit of pedaling before you start going up that hill again. And this helps it like engage faster so that you can get up the hill faster. So anyway, so these wheels are the Line Carbon 30s, which is a significant upgrade, I would say, from the original wheels that come up with the bike, because these are carbon fiber, very, very durable. Also, you know, I mentioned in a previous video that if I ever upgraded the tires, I was going to go ahead and do tubeless. So I wasn't looking to do tires just yet, but I went ahead and went to a wider tire. So the original Powerfly 4 wheels were 2.3, I think it's centimeters or millimeters wide. The new ones are 2.65, which is significantly wider. So as you can see here, the biggest difference is you've got tread all the way on the sides, which the other wheel, you know, came out to about here. This gives you significant cornering that the other tire did definitely not have. You can see where it's basically coming off the sides. It's crazy. I had to take the fender off because these wheels are so big. You can see there's just enough clearance there to get through for this fork. So another thing I noticed was every time I rode, I would get blisters all on the pads of my finger and on my thumb from gripping. And what I found out was that the hand grip that came with the bike was a solid rubber piece, and you really need a little movement when you're biking. So I bought these, which are just straight, but you can see there's just enough of movement when you're gripping that doesn't rub on your finger, which was what was happening. It was rubbing all my fingers, and this allows for enough movement to where you still get a good grip. I haven't gotten a single blister since I've put these on. So after riding, I'll tell you that I guess what's the major difference that I've noticed between the old wheels and new wheels is the rolling resistance is so much less. I feel like I can go down hills and just coast a lot more. Of course, getting a lot more speed going down the hills, and just allowing myself to coast around turns and things. Of course, it makes it easier to go up hills. But so now that it's been a while, I'll just mention one other thing about the brakes. I've been riding on these brakes now. The one thing I noticed is that you can overheat them. If I hold them while I'm going down too long, then I might overheat them, and then I feel like they're not gripping as much. I have to grab even harder to get them to grip, and that's definitely a sign of overheating or potentially boiling the mineral oil. So it's possible I just have a bubble in there. I'll actually try to bleed that just to rule that out, but it's only when I'm sustained holding it, not when I'm just braking in all the time. So, and the last thing I want to show you is, because this bike has a lot of money in it now. I mean, obviously just the base bike is expensive, but once you start adding all these upgrades, and especially the wheels, that was by far the most expensive upgrade. I was thinking, you know, how are people protecting the bike from theft? And you know, the easiest thing for me is some type of AirTag or GPS tracker. But the problem with the AirTags is that they don't work in metal. Like, you can't put them inside the bike. If you put them on the outside of the bike, then they're just, you know, easy to take off, and then your bike is as good as gone. So I set out looking for a way to secure the bike, or at least know where it is, just in case it gets stolen. I can have the police just go straight there, but not make it obvious that there is an AirTag there. So I found this device on Kickstarter, and it is a AirTag stealth mount. So this device is going to hold the AirTag inside and then it's going to double as a reflector. So it's going to look like a reflector, which is a standard safety thing, but you won't be able to tell that there's an AirTag in there. So I'm going to install this now and just show you what that looks like. It's got a little Allen key, and then these are little strips that lock it in place so that you can't see a seam, and the fact that it, you know, comes apart. Got a little screw in here. Oh, look at that. At least it's got a little copper lead. Just drops right in. Foam that kind of covers it up. You can see the reason why this AirTag is going to work is because it's just foam right here, and this is just plastic, so it's just a sticker, a reflector sticker. So there's no metal in there other than this little piece of brass, so it should actually work really well. Okay, and there it is, just tucked up right under the seat. And that's it for the upgrades. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time.